Hey, my OCS family, this is Mr. P coming to you with the sit to stand and the stand to sit challenge without using any other limbs, no hands, elbows, knees, none of that stuff. So the sit to stand and standing to sit challenge. Now, the one I did was the hardest one, and if you cheat, that it's a much easier movement. According to some studies, a study done in 2002, but some supporting after that, have basically indicated that you can live longer, or it's a variable that helps toward longevity of life if you can sit to stand without using your hands or your knees or elbows, leaning to the side to get up or anything like that. Let's go ahead and go through the levels really quickly, and then we can talk about how to get stronger if you want to be able to do it and you're kind of struggling. So key to this is please do not get discouraged. Don't get discouraged if you can't do this movement. It's just that your body's not used to it and it has to learn how to do it. So everyone's body is different, and there are different ways that we can learn how to tackle this. So Mr. P is lucky enough to be pretty flexible. And does a lot of core work, so it's something that I'm used to. Plus, I've practiced this movement a lot. It took me a long time, and I continue to practice it just to make sure it sticks with me. And that's kind of what you need to do. And I also would add that the best way to get good at this is to just practice it every day. I always set myself up on the floor whenever possible. As long as the floor is clean or something, and I can just use it to tie my shoes as opposed to sitting in a chair, because that will just make me stronger. Doesn't mean I do that all the time, but when I have the opportunity at home, I'm going to sit on my bottom on the floor to tie my shoes and then just practice standing up that way without using my hands or knees or anything. The different levels are as follows. Level 1, the hardest one, is going from sitting on your bottom, pulling those heels to your bottom. This takes flexibility to be able to sit up like this right now, and core strength at the same time. Maybe reaching forward, all right, to help counterbalance you, and standing up, and then coming back down, nice and slow, trying not to plop at all. Right? Level 2, crossing one foot in front of the other, really does help. All right, and then trying the other way, just to see if we're balanced. Maybe one side's harder than the other. And level 3, maybe, and you can do this to practice, it might help as long as you have a soft floor, right, to rock back and rock forward to stand up. All right? And if you want to throw some cardio into that, you can always have fun doing a little bit of cardio. I always used to like to sit, stand, and jump, and maybe do those. And if you did a rocking sit to stand, rock from not all the way back to your neck or your shoulders. Actually try to stop at your mid-back. All right, see if you can come up, keeping your heels same distance from your bottom. Then pull your heels to your bottom. Stand, jump, and repeat. Okay, so again, just practice that all the time. Don't get discouraged. And it takes the body time to learn movements, and it takes rest, all right, because the body has to regenerate and renew itself. Let's go ahead and go over 4 different exercises that can help you get a little bit stronger to do this movement. Exercise number 1, squats. Oh yeah, gotta love those squats. All right, this will help with your flexibility, your glute, and your hip strength, and that's really what you need to be able to do this movement. So all we're looking at, putting our arms straight forward, having our feet, I don't know, about hip width distance. So if I put 2 knuckles down, all right, in between my feet like that, that would be the distance I want. And then from there, all I'm doing is going halfway down and coming back up. Halfway down and coming back up. Maybe I want to go here and hold. See if I can get my squat a little bit deeper. You can work on depth of your squat with time and eventually get it all the way down so that you barely plop as you go down and come back up. That's the first one. Second one is a glute activation lunge. So the way this works, I actually just learned this, I researched it, is we're going to stand, and we'll do this with both sides evenly. So all I'm going to do is step across my body to either 3 or 9 o'clock, right? So I'm stepping to 3 o'clock right now. And I'm trying to step directly across, and from here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to lunge down with my front knee in line with my second toe until my back heel lifts. From here, I come back up, and as I do this, trying to step to 3 o'clock, I'm going to twist in the opposite direction of my step. So if I'm stepping this way, my torso is twisting that way. All right? If I do a bigger step, I might be able to get my back knee to touch the ground. And you can do any of these exercises as long as it doesn't hurt anything. Remember, joints should never hurt. Again, joints should never hurt when you do an exercise. So again, just going to the other side, I can do a more shallow one. All right, my knee kind of hits my calf there. If I feel like I can do a bigger one with more flexibility, I'll step across more. All right, I'm going to twist my torso in the opposite direction of my step. So I'm stepping this way, I'm twisting my torso that way. And then I'm going to come back up, driving through my heel, which makes my bottom, my glutes more powerful. All right, and the next exercise, this is the third of 4. The third exercise is simply push-ups. So when you do push-ups, your core strength and mobility and your musculoskeletal system is really a symphony, and it has to work in concert together to be able to do some more complex movements. So to be able to do something as basic as from sitting to the ground to standing up, it's actually a complex movement. It's a difficult movement, and your body will learn how to do that if it is able to do these different core exercises. So simply doing 3 sets of 10 to 15 push-ups where you're setting your hands basically shoulder width distance apart. I just place my elbows on the ground, or place my right hand on my right elbow, left hand on left elbow, and then we just do our push-ups. Try to keep good form. Don't let your belly sag, right? And when you do these, just hold your position and take care of yourself. And the last one would be our swimming or contralateral raises, right? So to do this one, I'm going to try to give you this great panorama view. I'm going to lie down, point my toes so that the tops of my feet touch the ground, make my arms super straight, try not break anything or knock anything over. You know it's hard to see me. And from here, palms face down. My neck is going to go to neutral, meaning I'm going to tuck my chin into my neck. And from here, all I'm going to do is when I lift up, opposite arm, opposite leg, hold. See if I can get some tension there and some strength. And release. Lift up. And release. I'm keeping my legs straight. I feel my glutes, all right, the back of my legs activating at the same time. I feel my shoulder, my ribs, my back muscles activating here. So taking the time to do these healing movements and trying to breathe evenly and smoothly as you do them will make you much stronger. Try to lock those joints, but don't be too rigid. And those movements will help you with core flexibility and strength, and that's really what you need to do to be able to do a basic sit to stand. So I hope this video tutorial helped you, and I want to see some of my OCS families and whoever else likes this to post some videos of yourself doing a sit to stand. Level 1 with just your feet together or hip width distance apart, rocking forward and standing up. That's the most challenging one. Or maybe crossing your feet and coming back down. Or maybe rocking to your back, your mid-back, coming back up. Maybe even add a jump in there. All right, or 10 or 15. Do some sets, do some reps. Okay, guys, have a great one. Mr. P signing out.